himself. Yeah, fine. So Sangmo is connected with 2 devices now. Fine, it's okay. That's good. No problem. Shall we start now?
Gopal, you should call the name one by one. Otherwise, they don't know who will be the first speaker. That's why you call the name. I will be on mute. No, then you call one by one and let them introduce themselves.
Okay, so we can start with Sangmo. Yeah, fine. Am I audible? Sangmo, you need to unmute.
Hello. Introduction, right?
Yeah, right. A short introduction.
Okay. I'm Sangmo from Dharamsala, and for now I'm in college for nursing. So that's it.
No problem. That's great. Excellent. Okay, fine.
Thank you.
Yeah, most welcome. And after that, we do have Asus. Someone is using device Asus. I'm really sorry. I don't know your name, so it's written Asus.
Hi. Did you hear me?
Yeah, audible.
It's lovely to meet you here.
Same here. Yeah.
I'm Balden. I graduated from Dalai Lama Institute for Higher Education on Tibetan language and literature.
Great.
I'm a literature student on Tibetan, and recently I'm doing my work at Tibet Times as a Tibetan reporter. Thank you.
Excellent. There's one humble request. Please rename yourself so that I can remember it. There's one option there. We can rename ourselves. Okay, yeah. In between, we can have now the person using iPhone. I think he won't receive us a voice because okay, we do have Palden with us.
Yes, I'm done now.
Okay, fine. That's great. So it's okay. Lobsang won't receive audio because his mic is not connected. So no problem. Now we are going to, shall we start now today's session?
Yes.
Okay.
One student left, Meto. Let her introduce.
Yeah, please. I'm sorry. Am I audible? Method? Yes.
I am Dinsi Medok and I am in 7th grade in Dharamsala.
Great, nice, excellent. That's great. So the first thing is like this PDF copy. What we'll do, if possible, we'll create one separate WhatsApp group and I'll share, directly this stuff in that group, or maybe Checkmoster can forward it, these PDF and all, even these video links. Now, so this is day 1 and 2, and let's see how much today we can cover. But before starting today's session, I would like to remind you, in case if you'll get any kind of disconnection, ID and password will remain same. Great. Yeah, I got one message in chat box like Lobsang, he's not getting voice because his mic is not connected still. Yeah, I would like to share the screen. Here he need to click here, unmute himself. That is on his screen. Still, mic is not connected. So I've sent one message. Okay, maybe day 1. Okay, no problem. So what he can do, he can watch our video, whatever we are going to discuss, and next time he can try, like how to connect it. Fine. Okay, great. So tonight we are going to start with this greeting. In different countries, we can greet people in different way. Like if we talk about India, it's namaste is very common. Simply you need to join your hands and say namaste. That is fine. In India with the Indian people. But in different countries, we can greet in different way. That's what we are trying to figure out, like how actually we can greet in English language. So, like here we do have the first one is hi and hello. Okay, hi and hello. So when we can say actually hi and hello, it's an informal way to greet someone. Why is informal? Like if you do have, if you're going to meet someone who is your friend, or maybe for your friend's friend, that means you can simply say hi, hello. This is the way that like you can simply greet. But you can't say, your principal or your boss, hi boss, hello boss. Okay, that is informal way. There we have to be a little bit formal. So there actually is that is different. So step by step we are going to learn. Now next one is point number 2 is hey mate. So what actually mate means what? Like it's very common, in Australia, it's very common in southern part of the United Kingdom, mate, this word. Okay, in Australia, as well as in southern part of the UK. Britishers, generally they use, as well as your Australians. Like mate. Mate means, again, it's a kind of a dude, friend, that is also not that much formal. So you can say, hey mate, how are you? Okay, hi mate. So mate is what? It's a kind of a friend, a dude, guy. So hey mate. Now, third one is good day. So in India, if you talk about the Indian students, they say good day. Now, if you talk about the Aussie means what? Australians. So what they'll say, g'day. The pronunciation will become what? G'day mate. Okay, g'day. That is what? Aussie people. Aussie means Australian. Okay. So you can say g'day mate or g'day friend, g'day. So the pronunciation is g'day. But how you'll write? You'll write in the same way, good day. You have to write in this way. This is just for the pronunciation sake. Okay, so it's written g'day. I hope all these 3 points are clear. Or you want our check more to translate it?
No, I guess, those things I think I don't need to translate because almost they understood. I guess, they understood this part because you can let them read again or let them practice.
Right. So it's a humble request, like wherever you'll have doubt, please feel free to ask because we both are available here to help you guys. Okay. So never hesitate. If you're going to hesitate means we can't help you. So please remember, you can ask whatever you do have in your mind. Okay. So then only we are going to, we are going to help you out.
Okay,
yeah. That's great. So now come to the point number 4, and the point number 4 is howdy. Okay, howdy. So okay, and point number 5 is how do you do? I'll explain, what is howdy. But before that, first we are going to discuss about how do you do. Point number 5. First, we'll discuss point number 5, and then we'll discuss point number 4. So, like anyone can reply here. What do you mean by how do you do? What does it mean?
How are you doing these days?
Okay. Anybody else?
Like how is your life these days? Like how is life going on?
Okay. Palden, would you like to respond?
Yes, it means how was your life going on?
Okay, fine. Anybody else who would like to respond about what is how do you do? Okay, so I'm going to draw something on a screen. You need to tell me whether it's visible or not, because I don't know what the screen is shared properly or not. See, so is it visible?
No.
No. Okay.
No, it's not.
Okay, fine. Just a second. I need to share that screen once again. Now, is it visible? I've drawn something.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it's visible now.
Okay, great. Yeah. So now see, look at here. This is person Mr. X. Okay, and this is Mr. Y. Mr. Y having nice hairstyle.
Like me.
And this is like me, very traditional.
Classic style.
Classic style. And this is great. So for example, Mr. X is going to meet Mr. Y for the first time. Okay. So one thing is that he can say, hi, Mr. Y, or hi, Mr. X. This is how like they can, but that will become what? Informal. Okay. That is informal way to greet someone for the first time. So instead of saying hello, in informal way, you can say how do you do. So how do you do is actually hello, but that is formal way to say hello. Okay. So hello is informal, but how do you do is what? Formal way to say hello. Hello. It doesn't mean anything. It simply means hello, but it means what? It's a formal way to say someone hello, nothing else. Remember. So you can say anyone, how do you do, if you're going to meet for the first time, point number one. And point number two is what? Point number two is it's a formal way to say someone hello. Okay, now the question is, for example, Mr. X said, oh, how do you do, Mr. Y? Okay, so what Mr. Y should respond? What can be the answer of how do you do? So the answer would be same, how do you do? How do you do, Mr. X? Got it. That is the one way. And second way, if you're thinking, oh, I can be a little bit informal, so simply you can say hello. Or so you're having two possibilities. The first one is like, how do you do, Mr. Y? So Mr. Y can say, oh, how do you do, Mr. X? Got it. For example, like today I met, Paladin for the first time, isn't it? So I can say,
Yes.
so I can say, how do you do? So now you need to respond me.
How do you do?
Yes. Excellent. Excellent. Is it clear to everyone? This point?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. Very nice. Now come to the point number 4. Anyone is having any question?
No.
No. Okay, great.
No, sir.
That's great. That's great. Now the next point, we are going to discuss, point number 4.
Sorry.
So point number 4 is what, Americans, if we'll talk about Americans, they generally, they try to make it short. They try to make it slang, not only Americans, even Britishers. Okay. Or maybe Aussie, Australians. So sometime you'll come to know they're not saying what do you do? Simply they are making it short and they'll say howdy, howdy. So it's a short form of what? How do you do? Okay, howdy. So there was one program, our prime minister, Indian prime minister, went to US when Donald Trump was the president of USA. So there was one program, Howdy Modi. Howdy Modi. Okay, they were having that program. So howdy means what? How do you do? Formal way to say hello. This point number 4 and 5 is clear?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's great. That's great. And if you want to know the history, how actually it was started, so I'll share the PDF. You can just go through it. This long story behind how do you do. Okay, which is mentioned here. So it just simply mean what? Hello, but in formal way. It is a formal way to greet someone for the first time. Okay, great. Now come to the next one, point number 6. So before that, first I would like to discuss here point number 7. How are you doing? See how now. Yeah, I'm going to tell you one thing. The secret of British and American accent. One secret. So this is what? This is what? So American, they use what? They can say this letter as R. R. Okay. Little bit rolling tongue, R. That is American. But if we'll talk about the Britishers, they'll say what? Ah. Your tongue will be flat. Straight. Ah. Britishers are. Britishers are. Flat tongue. Flat. Ah. Americans are. Are. Like Indian, are. So that's the one thing you should remember. Now, A, R, E. So how will say in British accent? R. In American, R. Okay. Now see, whenever we do have R or R with any vowel, vowel is what? A, E, I, O, U. Isn't it? So if you are having R with any of these vowel, so R will become boss. It will rule. So you won't get, these sounds. So here it is what? Ah. How? I'll tell you more. Okay. Okay. I do have one more thing. I do have one more thing to tell you. See, like A, R, E. So R is what? Boss. R is boss. So you won't get this sound. And you will get simply what? Ah, and you won't get again this sound. Why? So I'll tell you one secret here. Just a second. It is going to disconnect after 10 minutes. So you need to re-log in once again. Okay, with the same ID and password or maybe same link. Now here I do have one word, COVID. No, not this one. COVID. Okay, let it be because it's a different one. Okay, CUT. What is this?
Cut.
Cut. Okay. Now tell me, CUTE. What is this?
Cute.
Cute.
Okay. Cute. Now, why I can't say here it is U is QUU, but here it is cut. Not cute. This is not you. It's not you. It's here you. But here
Yes.
you don't say, you. Here you're saying what? Ka, a sound. And here you're saying you. So why it is happening?
Because of vowel or something.
Why it's so if it is cut, so why it is not kate? Why it is cute?
It's used differently.
Sorry?
It's used differently.
What is happening?
You is used differently in 2 ways.
Oh, that's correct in 2 ways, but why? But why? What's the reason behind it that you're having 2 sounds, Okay, I'll tell you. Now listen it carefully. See, this A, E, I, O, U. These are vowel.
Yes.
And every vowel is having 2 sounds. 2 sounds. I'll tell you more sounds. Okay. It doesn't have only 5 into 2, 10. It has 20 sounds. Okay, 20 sounds. But here right now, I'm telling you only 2 sounds. So one is short and second one would be long. Got it. These are vowel, which every vowel is having 1 short and 1 long. But in all, we do have 20 sounds. Okay. Now you need to understand it. Let me clear it. See, when I'm talking about CUT, cut, and CUTE. So remember the first rule, I'll tell you so many rules. Okay. The first rule, whenever you do have 2 vowel in a word, 2 vowel in a word. Okay. So don't worry. I'll give you the recording. So better concentrate. You can write down later. So because you'll have a recording, so you can easily write down. Okay. So CUTE, whenever you do have what 2 vowels in a word, so first will have long sound and second will become silent. Okay. Now what is long sound? Long sound means whatever you have learned in A, B, C, D, E. Same sound. If it is E, means it should be E, long sound. If it is A, it should be A. If it is, so A, C. Once again, I'll write. So what you're writing, A, E, I, O, U. So what I told you, long sound means what? As it is sound. So CUTE. So second will become silent. And first will have long sound. You, cute, you. Is it matching? Yeah.
Cute.
But you're not saying anything about this E. You're not saying QT. No, there is no E. Cute. Okay, now come to the next one. CUT. Now here we do have only 1 vowel. So now I can't say long sound. I'll say cut. Second, short sound. Cut. Is it clear?
Yes.
I'll give you another example. Let me show you. Okay. Okay. HAD. What is this?
Had.
It is not A. It is not had. It is had. Short vowel sound.
Yes.
Okay. DID. There is no sound of I.
Did.
It is not
Sound.
I died. No, there's no I sound. It's short vowel sound. Are you getting? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So today I told you only 1 rule. So I'll tell you, slowly I'll tell you so many rules, different rules. Okay, now come here. R. It is not R. That is American accent. So in British, we'll say R. how are, and you, native speaker can say you as in what?
Yeah.
Yeah. And yes is also yeah. Remember. Okay. So, and doing, remember, you know, a few native speaker, they can drop G here and they will say only doing. Okay. So you can say doing is also correct and doing is also correct. You know, both are correct actually. Yeah. So you can say how you're doing. This is what written here on 6. But you're not supposed to write whatever is written on point number 6. You'll write whatever is written on point number 7. But how you can say, you can speak, you know, how you're doing. How you're doing. This point number 6 is clear, and 7?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Paulin, how you doing?
I'm doing good, sir.
Okay, that's great. And Method, how you doing?
I'm doing good as well.
Okay.
So,
That's great. And we do have Sangmo. How you doing?
I'm good.
Okay, great. So Sangmo, is it are you actually trying to connect with 2 devices? Is it so?
Am I?
Okay, so Zamo and the Metok are stay together. That's why I think they use one device now.
Okay.
Wait.
Oh, who is here left? I'm confused.
Rapsang is that?
Love song. Yeah, I can hear.
Okay, now you can hear. That's great. So how are you doing?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm good.
That's
Very well.
That's great. Anybody else who is left?
Yeah, I guess.
I think it's more.
No one. That's great. That's great. So, okay. Now I would like to remind you, like after 1 minute, it is going to disconnect. So we have to use same ID and password. Okay. So we have done point number 6 and 7. Now is what? How is your life? How is your life? So one thing I can say,
how is your life?
yeah, how did you? That is for the first time. If I don't know who is Palden, how I can ask you, how are you? Do you think?
How
Because I don't know what happened in past. I don't know, isn't it? I don't know you. So I should not say, you know, for the first time, how are you? Isn't it? What I should say?
How do you do?
How do you do? Or maybe we'll learn, you know, other greetings. But once you met someone, then next time you can ask what? How are you? How's your life? Are you getting?
Yes.
Second time you can say, how are you? How's your life? So how's your life? Okay, that is another point. Now, how's your life? So you can have